All right, y'all, we are going full delicious on you today. We've got our steak strips, we've got our chicken, we've got these beautiful vegetables, and we used about a half a packet of that taco seasoning, and we smothered it all with that delicious, tangy lime juice. All right, let's get this cooked up. We got our steak, our chicken, and our veggies. You gotta keep them separated. Now, the fun part. We're gonna take our beans and we're gonna push these down to the bottom of our tortilla lined bundt pan. And I'm using the extra large tortillas. These are like 12-inch or 11-inch tortillas. And y'all, since you already got your gloves on, just go ahead and use your hands, press this down as a beautiful bottom layer to our little masterpiece that we are concocting today. I saw at least the inspiration video for this online, and I could not wait to try it. Now that we have our beans pressed into the bottom of our tortillas, we're gonna come back with that steak that we had on our griddle, and we are gonna just make a nice layer here on the bottom of our tortillas and beans. There we go. And I used about a pound of steak. It was maybe it was like, yeah, I was right around a pound. And you don't necessarily have to use it all. I just want to make sure we've got a nice layer here. All right, I think that looks good. Don't want to overdo it. All right, that looks good. We're gonna stick with that. There's a little bit left. All right, now we're gonna come in with our veggies. And again, we're just gonna make a nice layer. Let's just get it spread out. We got those beautiful peppers and onions that we have sauteed on our griddle. That looks absolutely delicious. We're gonna use about half of these. Now we're gonna do a layer of our cilantro lime rice. I'm just using the ready rice today, but if you want to cook your own, have at it. I love the flavor of the cilantro lime, especially for this meal. I think that looks good. We used about half of that bag. You could probably get away with using the smaller size. All right, there we go. Now we're gonna add some cheese. I'm just gonna place one right here. And y'all, I'm just using Velveeta today because I love the way it melts down. Perfect. All right, and y'all, that's just one of the little 4-ounce blocks. Now we're just gonna add a layer of that chicken. We're just gonna place this again, nice thin layer right around our cheese here. Perfect. And now we're just gonna top it off with our veggies. All right, we're just gonna close this up the best that we can. There we go. And then what I like to do is just kind of weight it down to keep it closed while it's cooking, so it'll just keep its form. And I usually just use like a little ramekin or something that's obviously oven safe. And there we go. All right, let's get this to the oven. And y'all, we're just gonna cook this at 350 degrees, about 30 minutes. All right, y'all, our fajita burrito was in the oven for about 30 minutes, and we're ready. All right, and as you can see, I had a moment of off-camera brilliance, and what I did was I took the middle stripe of another tortilla, and I just tucked it in here just to close it off, and perfection. Now we're just gonna bring our cutting board. You can use if you have a serving plate, however you'd like to do this. I just like to use a cutting board, and we're gonna go ahead and just give this a quick flip. All right, y'all. Oops, still a little warm, but on the edges, not so bad. We're just gonna take this off. And y'all, look at that. Look how beautiful this is. We have got a perfect fajita burrito that'll feed your whole family. All right, but we're not quite done. My family likes it cheesy, and 4 ounces of Velveeta is not gonna cut it. So I'm just gonna add this queso cheese right over the top. And I am gonna make a nice little layer here. There we go. Just nuke this for about, I don't know, 1.5 in the microwave. That looks perfect. I don't want to get too carried away. Not working with a very wide cutting board. But let's go ahead and get a nice top. Just gonna add a little bit of our fresh chopped cilantro. All right. A meal fit for a king and a queen and a couple princes, maybe a princess or two. Let's see how we did. Oh, y'all, look at that. Look at those beautiful layers. We have our chicken, our beef, our veggies, that rice. Oh, so good. All right. We're just gonna lift this piece up. Oh man, that looks good. I'm gonna set this on. Nothing left to do but enjoy. Cheers, y'all. Man, y'all, this is so good. This is delicious. Oh my gosh. Y'all, this is fun. It's easy and it's delicious. No reason not to give it a shot. Thank you so much for watching. As always, have a great one. Oh my God.